It's like you
it's
lose
like
your,
them have kids too.
it's like you lose your mindset and then you lose your family.
Mm-mm.
Up my Jamaica too, with enough of them police there.
Mm.
That's used to be a time where that regular in here police and soldier kill themselves.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, first then kill them woman, kill the picnic, then kill
Killing
themselves.
yourself.
Right? What's up, YouTube? We're back again with another episode. Today's topic will be men's mental health, and our guest for today, we have
Ashoni.
Neat lifestyle.
yes. As discussed today, we'll be talking about men's mental health because honestly, I feel it's something that is kind of overlooked. You know what I'm saying?
But first of all, though, Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's
Yeah,
Day.
Happy Father's Day.
And it's also Men's Mental Health Month.
Yes.
Awareness Month. So, yeah, that too.
Yeah, man, I have to big up that Father's Day or something where kind of overlooked as well, but I see why.
You celebrate it?
Come like a normal day to me, but I'm glad I have to feel the same way.
Show me how you celebrate it.
Well, no, you see, you have to acknowledge the fathers, because the mother is very important, but so is the fathers. We need both energies.
You need both this, but we live in a society where come from Jamaica, where most people grow up with their mother. You know? I was one of them who grew up with my father, so I would say Father is something I always celebrate. Would I give my father a beer or whatever? So I have to change my plan. That's what I'm celebrate. Because for my father I do, but for me, probably to my new, most time feel like it's a regular day.
So you're a new father. They don't say a new father.
I wouldn't really say new like because 3 years new.
I mean, it's still
but
new.
somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly new because it's the first child.
Yeah, I know, like my 6 feet, 6 baby mother.
Whoa! Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, isn't it? Yeah.
So, alright, so where we come from? We come from Jamaica where man just always tough. No matter what, if we just take it and go like say nothing happen. But in a life, man, got you all heap of stuff now. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being a man.
Yeah.
For example, if you're one of them father that was not a deadbeat, and you actually did it for your child, you have a family, all heap of stuff you have to be the breadwinner. You know, you have to make sure everybody's straight financially. You know how hard it is to make sure a household good financially.
Show it, talk to them.
Yeah, this is very, 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 very tough, and it all depends on like the culture you come from as well. You know, some people have that support with like a good family support, but some don't. You know, especially coming from like you know, places where we come from. You know, we grew up with the mothers, fathers not really much present. It's tough.
Yes, and you mentioned support, right? There was something we were talking about earlier where I say when it comes to like a household, the support to the man I get from the woman, very important. Suppose you get that woman every day where I cuss you out and say, what this boy? Man, pick them. You know, that bring more pressure for you, make you feel like say.
But someone not care about that.
I would say a lot do, because it make you feel like say whatever you're doing is not enough.
Yeah.
You get what I say? Because sometimes a man out there trying best and come here and get cussing, you work this it, and then the mother will cuss the pit and I say, you work this like you work this pooper. You get what I say? So real man.
But hold on. It's only for those men or just like young boys. Like what
Young
age
boys, yeah.
What age?
Men,
From what age you talk about?
what I say, adolescents, like from your teens go. Because when you touch a teenager,
certain things you have to do as
yeah,
a teenager.
Alright, my father always tell me say, from him such and such age, he must say him live having own a house. If ever hear your father tell a story.
Which age?
Like my father said from him 13 in build a board house.
Oh.
But don't tell me, but that's my father always. Fathers always have some story like that. You ever hear a man tell us from him such and such, he might be own a house or whatever.
Yeah, you have to be a big man
Yeah,
at a young age, and that it puts a lot of psychological pressure.
Yeah.
And growing up with that, you're growing up with a lot of trauma, and if you don't address that, then that becomes a bigger problem later on in life.
Yeah, because even you speak about trauma, right?
Yeah.
Even the trauma we go through as a young man, right? Everybody are gonna expect you to just take it and move on. right? You try to talk to certain people about it, they'll make fun of you.
Yeah.
Right? And you try to talk to certain woman against it, about it. When you're in an argument, she use it against you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what is more effective? When I tell a youth, say, yo, brother, you have to step up and be a man and do this or do that, or actually show him how to do this and do that. What more effective?
When you show him.
When you show him, yeah.
But there's more talking in our culture than actually showing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And someone overlook the part because they say, oh, yeah, you're supposed to do this and that, but at the same time, nobody knows you for the boss. Isn't it like me? Nobody knows you for doing at all, isn't it? But just watch and do it. That's how me do it, isn't it? Just watch and just do it. No example, no training, nothing at all. Just look on it as alright, easy thing. Do it. Isn't it? That's how me do it.
And then people expect you to be the people that the person that they want you to be.
Yes.
It doesn't
make
sense.
Not the person that you want to be. They want you to be the person that they want you to be.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Which is always what? Good or bad?
Pressure.
Sometimes them lead in a certain path, isn't it? And that path actually help you in the long run.
Yeah, so sometimes that's not what you want for yourself. No. It will help you in the long run. Depends. Because one other thing I'm gonna talk about when it comes to the pressure that comes to a man, like a man who grew up in a single mother household, from a young age, your mother gonna want you to start help or provide for the house. You get what I'm saying? So she got a lot of people, a lot of young men have to end up drop out of school, get a job. That's why enough of them turn to violence, because the mother will pressure them and say, we need money.
And the violence kind of easier to get the money, because so once you have a gun in a different thing,
Yeah, that's
one papa, one papa, one robbing, give me this, give me that, If you give me a dead, because I feel them in, they might do the right thing because their mother, I'm looking for need food, feeding, something for those, I'm going to those, so I do something, if I do something to get it in the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Brother, you see me that I used to come from bad man. I used to hunt my food. I used to hunt me literally hunt the dog, isn't it? Hunt bird, hunt fish, hunt pig, thief, pear, mango, guinea.
Wait, hunt pig?
Hunt wild pig, bad man. Isn't it? In a mountains, dog. Isn't it? Right up in a papa pin here, dog. Isn't it?
Okay, up other side.
Up them side, dog. Isn't it? I know every single cruise and corner. I hope it's a bad man. I know for every single fish there, every single
every single swimmer
around.
Okay.
Isn't it? Every single janga, every single crab hole, brother, I used to love crab hole. You see it? every single crab hole, every single fish spot, dog. Jesus Christ and mercy, Jamaican people.
Continue. Okay.
Foolishness on the mind just, isn't it? Yeah, every single crab hole, every single fish hole. Basically, everywhere you can find food in a whoop river, I know every single spot, dog, isn't it? You can't tell me say, yo, Ray, and then when I go there and get it, dog. I have to get it, dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
But mostly get like perch. I call the fish name perch. I don't know a perch. And yeah, and janga, you know crayfish.
Yeah.
When they look claw.
Yeah. They look like lobster in a sense.
Crayfish are small. Yeah.
Small, but them claw, isn't it? Kind of thick. About 3 thick claw, and then they get smaller and smaller, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what them stay.
Yeah.
But you see, the difference with me, growing up most of the time with just my father. So certain things, brother, I know if you cook from me in grade 5. From young age, I cook dinner like full course.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a top chef.
Top chef, of course.
Yeah, because you see, my father is true. Most of the time when they work and he make sure to teach me how to do everything, so I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
So my first cook one close from me in grade 3.
And let him show you everything.
Yeah, for that.
So you was basically the telling plus showing type.
Yeah, I'm sure me.
Come to the beating of the, isn't it?
Only for beat.
Hey boy.
Only for beat.
Isn't it?
Only for beat. If you go with your father, you must get only for beat. My father was a strict piece of man. Strict. When we say strict, brother, he was so strict. Other people in the family used to afraid to come to him about certain things. He was the oldest in the family. Isn't it?
So looking back at it now, right now, where you see that you know, so you go through this and go through that, it make you be like,
more rounded.
More.
you're the baby.
Yeah, don't worry. No, No, them are a nice cancellation. It's a cancel.
It cancel out.
Yeah,
No,
no,
anyway, so growing up with your father and him like teaching you and showing you certain things, how that actually like help you right now?
Help me a lot.
Mentally, isn't it?
Help me a lot because mentally, what I said help me a lot in every way because a lot of the skills that I get and me did have mentally me did have the support. So I always have the support the back of me for sure me say do it. Is me.
Johnny.
Yeah.
What about you?
All right. So, growing up, you know, I have a father who teach me things. But I wasn't the type like you who get a lot of beating. But of course, me get beaten here and there. But him show me things, like try to give me wisdom in with anything. I learn how to cook at a young age as well.
Oh, yeah.
I learn how to do certain things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's around 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I never grew up with that pressure to really fend for myself because they did it for me.
Okay.
You know.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is really good. So, but where there are challenges, but it's I grew up to learn from their errors, so that I can become a better person or a better man, and grow up with a lot of respect for others.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and there's still a lot to learn, but as I understand the pressures of the men in the family, we get a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, because
you have to show that you can be that person, you can be that defender, you can be that provider, and what I see happen a lot of times is if you don't perform to a certain extent, you get verbally abused.
Yeah, because alright.
What's
So
that?
with that, what I say, there's rules of a traditional man, right?
Yeah.
For example, you have stuff where things we're expected to do.
Yeah.
You get what I say? Personally, I would say men are love based on what they can provide.
Would them pocket?
Yeah, of course.
Love for them pocket.
Would say women and children are loved unconditionally, but man a man is love based on what he can provide. If you ever realize, like in a family, right? If the family have this one man who don't do nothing, nobody really pay him the mind. Who get the most attention? The money man, the man with a house, the man with a car. You get what I'm saying?
But hold on, no? You have someone out there, isn't it? When I have no money in that, you see, them can wash, them can cook, them can clean, and them a farmer, isn't it? Remember, and all about money now, isn't it? But as we say about the provide, but when you provide just by food, or you just provide it by money where you can buy the food, isn't it? Because someone grow the food, not someone buy it. Is it? Some woman prefer a man who actually like grow it, isn't it? Some woman prefer a man who actually can spend it. Because them just don't want the ground provision. Them want the clothes and the flashy and the bling and XYZ. Some man them just simple and nice. Them just look at wood fire, isn't it? Teapot, XYZ, go outside, pick 2 tomato, papaya, blah blah blah. Brother, there's levels to it, and there's a certain line. How can I say this now? A certain line where a certain woman like say, okay, this is my standard, that is my standard, XYZ, blah blah blah. And anyways, as me I say, some women have preference when it comes down to certain things, isn't it? Some women like man who can provide food, not just money, isn't it? But they can provide food, like them literally grow the food, isn't it? Some women like men who can spend money on food, and also the bling bling and the flashy and XYZ and blah blah blah. Yeah. So there's levels and standards to it.
Yeah, cause you see, when it comes to like woman them are like man way flashy and whatever. No woman really just not grow up with nothing. You see when I say like a man don't grow up with nothing, I'm expected to be the provider, so I'm turning to violence or whatever.
Yeah.
It is kind of like the same, isn't it? Man have them own struggles, man have them own struggles, isn't it? But as I'm saying,
more share is that in today's society, there's a lot more pressure on the men than, like, say, 20 years ago.
Why is that?
Why? Because as time goes on, economic times get harder. Um, a lot of things change. There's more things out there. So, especially with social media, people try to compete against each other. People see the nice, flashy things, so other people think, "Oh, I should have that." So,
Yeah.
and then if you don't have that thing in a relationship, and you later say,
But at
I
the same
think
time,
that
that's not how it's supposed to go. But as
that's
we
not
said
how
earlier,
it's supposed
the
to be.
preference change.
The preference change.
It
That's
changed
what
completely.
that's what I was trying to tell.
It changed
Yeah.
completely, dog, isn't it?
Completely.
Yeah, Oneil.
Yeah, and when it comes to that now, one other thing we would look on is like on the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
We are talking about mental health. One example I always look on, I like when a man lose everything, and that man is still expected to be strong. When I say everything, when I talk just money, you know. Like for example, the military man,
Yeah.
go on a deployment and
General
boom,
Star.
when he come back, one, his mind already messed up, right? And then boom, when he reach back, wife says she want a divorce. It's like you
It's
lose
like
your,
when they have kids too.
it's like you lose your mindset, and then you lose your family. Up my Jamaica too, with enough of them police there. That's used to be a time with that regular in here, police and soldier kill themselves.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, first then kill them woman, kill the picnic, then kill
Killing
themselves.
yourself.
Right? So it used to be because the woman a leave. So some of them can't take it. That's why I'm say mental health is something important, and every man can take it. This when you have somebody to talk to and release the pressure.
That's exactly what I say what dog is because there needs to be a solution. It's just like how women have a thing, not women in general, but some people have a thing where they say, yo, okay, I need to reset on a day and reset on the month, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. I think everybody should have that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Everybody should, but not everybody really have it.
Remember, you not have to have money for reset. You not
You
have to
don't.
have money. You not have to have. You not have to have certain things for reset. Dog. Reset can be meditation. Reset can be take a walk in the park. Dog,
Yeah, of course.
Something
But
simple. Even if you watch a sunrise and sunset, dog. Something simple in about man.
Simple.
But people don't really know it. Isn't me? Or they don't really like have the time to do it. Is it? So there's many ways they can reset, dog. Isn't it? So men out there listen to this right now. Make sure so you don't take the time to research certain things when it comes down to resetting the mind and isn't when the physical being, and make sure so you want to get on the resetting stage, isn't it? Because all I need it. Men,
All of
women,
us.
all of us need it, isn't it? Reset. It's very, very important, especially for this stressful week from job, dog, come home to your kids, XYZ, blah, blah, and then the weekend we have to go wash, you have to go do this, you have to go do that. One bag of things.
Yeah. That's why I would have touched back on the same topic. They will say, the woman and man too is really important, especially when it comes to mental health. Imagine you go to work, have to deal with the stress at work, and you come back home, have to deal with the stress at home. Woman are cussing your ears and say, "Oh, what this boy want money?"
That is an overkill.
Yeah, brother.
Because
Excuse me.
the last thing you want to do is not really have anyone to turn to.
Yeah, cause if you can't comfortable at work, you can't comfortable at home. Feel like you just rest.
And that is why there's a lot of suicidal rates, because there's not enough people who are guided or trained in a way that they can be there for each other and not using people's weakness against each other. Because there's people who love to do that. They make fun of your weakness.
Yes.
You have a girlfriend, you try to talk to her, later you get in an argument. Oh,
bring up
that's why this, and then women don't realize the power that they have.
They don't.
And understand that.
Them more than them power.
Yeah, man, they always say that, man.
Them voice is very, very powerful to a man.
Yeah.
Man, when a woman talking about man, it's like, yeah, say, yo, alright, yeah. But someone listen. Someone listen when it's too late.
Yeah, too late.
There's a lot to it, dog, isn't it? But someone need. There's even a thing where you need to know your breaking point. You say, alright, cool. My woman, I do this and she do that and she now fulfill me the way she's supposed to fulfill me. Do I need to talk to her or do I need to step away and be like, okay, this is not something I want? Isn't it? So you need to know the action you need to take next to make sure say, yo, you good, she good, everybody good.
Yeah.
But how you gonna do it? What is the breaking point? When you gonna say, yo, okay, enough is enough.
True, because it take a lot to walk away.
Especially from a me gonna be real dog. This is this for real bad man.
Yeah, be real.
Some man afraid to walk in front of a sexy bomba woman. You see me? Someone afraid to walk in front of a woman where can cook, she can clean, where she can give oral very, very good. Brother, you think
Not just that.
Nah.
A very well educated woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she use her brain for manipulate the dog and brother. And I see what's
brother.
making the dog. It happening the dog.
Happen, man.
Happen.
So
Happens.
someone on need to make sure say you wanna have a breaking point when you say alright, cool. Enough is enough. You see, we need to either walk with or just sit her down and talk to her and say, yo, baby, we need to have a understanding of certain things, you see me? You stress, me stress, we need to work on our mental health, you see me, and make sure say you're with on the same level. You see, because that not go on dog, you know, say somebody go walk with, somebody go stress, argument go start with, argument start. Something go chew, fist go chew.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Make it problem worse. Cause that's why walking away something very hard. Cause imagine a man married, you have a big house, only for car, only for money.
Why?
You know, say in order for you to walk away, you go walk away half of that.
Yeah.
You get me? I say, and it's stressing because mentally I say, yo, you know the things not go right, but it take you years, months upon years to build up to the level here.
Yeah.
And you have to go walk away from it and give to somebody who you hate like poison. You get me? I say?
It's tough.
It's tough.
You feel like you wanna do some things you're not supposed to do.
That's why enough people actually end up do stuff they're not supposed to do.
That's what I was about to mention too. Because all that pent up emotions, if they don't find a way to release that in a healthy way, then this is why people, they like men, end up committing either suicide or them kill. Like either kill them spouse, do some heinous things, and then you wonder, wait, why are these men doing this? It's a backstory to it.
That's true.
You ever hear about the villain arc?
No.
The villain arc is when a good guy, treat his woman very nice and everything, and be the good guy, right? She turn around, disrespect him, either cheat on him, whatever, hurt him really bad, because that's men have a very soft spot. They can't take certain things.
Yeah, brother.
So when that happens now and you touch that spot, the reaction can be really bad.
Yeah,
In many different ways. So that's what they call it, the villain arc. So when they get hurt, then they start either being a gigolo, or you see a good guy look like a church going guy, all of a sudden he turn to thug. You were like, what happened?
What flipping name?
Yeah,
Switch name it just split.
It just switches, like all of a sudden it start, talking certain ways, start to,
You know, as myself,
join gang and all that different stuff. Yeah.
You see, gang, a lot of people, gang kind of manipulative. As in, you have a young boy who grew up without a father figure. If at home him now get a comfort there, but who's ever the leader of the gang is like a father figure to him, show him love.
Right.
So the love them when him get him
That
start
comfort.
with a person loyalty. I feel like, hey, this is where I belong.
Sometimes if he's all love, sometimes because more them the leader will prove to them say yo, you're loyal to them.
Yeah, if you respect somebody, you look up to somebody and that person make you feel welcome. You're going to prove to them say you're loyal. That's why enough people end up going astray. So the role model you have important. Isn't it?
But alright, this is the thing though. They might show love for just prove to them or they might prove to them say alright, cool, we can kill a man, XYZ, blah blah. What we get in return?
In return, him get a feeling of belonging. I'm gonna give an example. You
Street,
ever have a
street cred.
street cred, yeah. You ever have a coach where feel like a father figure to you?
Yeah. Coach Johnson. Shout out Coach Johnson.
It's like you want to prove to him say, me can run fast. You get what I say? Anything him tell you, believe. Coach tell you say, well, that meter run slow, you run slow. It's like anything that coach tell you, just believe. It's like a father figure. You just want to prove to him say, coach, we can do it. You get what I say?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
So it kinda is like your coach. I don't really want to use a comparison, but
Yeah,
that's
because
very
the
similar.
coach that was
Next thing talking about is men crying. How do you feel about men crying?
Yeah, man, as man, you have to cry. You know?
you
Yeah,
ball. No, you
What
ball.
on?
That me want. You ball. Me
Well,
talk first.
hold on.
Wait,
hold on.
no. Hold on. Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
watch it. There's levels to it. I don't like how
There's
go
levels
to
to
it.
it.
They ball like a girl.
No, man, we are talking about mental part of ball. Like you go through something, you be like, oh,
It's okay, but not everything is for ball.
eh.
Someone probably ball too much.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
You know, I was one of that type of youth. You know, when I was really younger, don't
No,
cry.
you can't talk about really younger though. If you're pitching that different.
No,
We're talking about from
Big
from
tough
16,
butt,
from 16
Oh.
up.
go up.
Yeah.
No, but you have to. If something really hurts, you have to let it go. It's okay to cry, because if you don't cry and you keep that emotion inside, that turns into anger or something else. That you have to.
Yeah.
It will. You have to face it, and if you don't know how to face it, then it's a problem.
Alright, so
You ball only.
you know what? A long while, couple years. Couple for years.
Yeah.
Couple years.
Yeah. Alright, it's certain you see
Life
like,
good, man.
honestly life good, you know, it's just I don't know.
You know the need for ball.
Yeah, I don't like not happen we really need to. Hard things happen, but I don't know hard enough. Wait, is me? You get what I say? I don't like say.
Make it we ask dog. We ask man, isn't me?
But that's not wrong with it.
Yeah. So you think it's something that's necessary?
I just trying to say, yeah. I feel like something necessary. For something where
For you though.
if something happen what me need to, probably I will. It depends on the severity. Depends on the severity.
But I understand that men don't like to cry in front of their woman or cry in front of woman. Period. Because it
Honestly,
makes them.
when I feel go on.
It make them
Feel weak.
weak,
Seems weak.
seem weak,
Isn't it?
or
But hold on, huh? Some
Yeah.
woman can me experience where my ball in front of that woman, dog, you see me? And she used it against me.
You just never talk with that.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, when I feel it's
Bad man. From that day that I say, yo, you know what? Never again. Never, brother, no matter what. Me a stay in my corner, my little lane and ball myself. I not feel to that about 2 weeks ago, my ball. You see me?
Yeah.
Big man,
Look for your two
2 weeks ago, my ball.
2 weeks.
You see me? For my one person.
Yeah.
Me have a tendency where in order to reach a different level, dog, or for breakthrough, something we need for breakthrough, dog, is like a big breakthrough, dog. We need to get out certain anger, certain things from the past, to move up to a different level, dog. Is we need to get out that, dog. It's basically like detoxing.
yeah.
Friend, it's a form of detoxing, you know. Isn't it?
Yes, that's a point.
It is a sign of detoxing, dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? That. But yeah, crying is a form of detox, dog, isn't it? And some people don't actually know that, isn't it? But me, dog, in order for me to reach a different level, dog, I have to make sure I get out that bad energy, dog, isn't it? That fear from saying you can do this, X, Y, Z, blah blah blah, do it.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I dog, isn't it? But it really happened though. It not happen like every single. It happen like probably once or twice a year, dog. Is it? You need to elevate more money.
If I that's okay, but I don't like your walk.
But do but me nah ball in front of a woman. You see, I'm going to my local, going to my corner, dog. You see me and you see me work out, I'm tug it out, and you see that I just shed 2 tears, dog. I'm not running water. You see me just look 2 tears and be like, alright, yeah man, Nathan. Talk to myself like, yeah man, you got this. You see me, you versus you, dog. You see me, nobody else. You see,
yeah,
and just move on.
yeah,
Woman come from work, you see me kiss her, spank her, and I give him glad to see you. You see, yeah. Tell her my ball, and she be like, oh, why you never do it in front of me? You know. Some woman actually like that, isn't it? Some woman like your ball in front of them.
Your vulnerability.
Them want comfort and them want this and that. But if you're a man will go through certain things in the past, dog, and a bad experience, it's a hard to actually open up to her.
Yeah,
guys. But you can. And I see you should, you know.
You have
But
to
to
know
a
your
certain
woman.
extent. Yeah, exactly. You have to know your woman first
Yeah.
before you actually can do them things.
And
it's
every
still
woman, I
left,
want
yeah.
everything there, friend.
No. Some woman will dog you, dog. You see
Really?
me?
Yeah, that's like currency. That's
Is
like
that what
spending
it
money.
is?
That
Hmm?
that's like spending money. But you know, like it's like an investment, almost like an investment. You don't want to make a bad investment. I see it like that.
Yeah, we could look funny.
Because if you make a bad investment, it hurts you.
But hold on, no? When it comes down to like when you go through failures, dog, you see me?
Yeah.
Who you bounce back
Alright, so one I think you see whenever I make a big failure for me, one of the first thing I always try not to do. Try not make nothing else go bad. You see, if I say one thing I go bad,
Yeah.
try not make nothing else go bad. Cause you see, sometime when one thing will go bad, things can get no worse. You know, focus end up with something bad. Like some people go through failure and them try wash it away with like liquor and them thing.
And weed.
And when they try them thing, they all end up a drive, get a DUI, can't drive again. You end up creating more problems.
Yeah.
You don't want to create no more problem than the one that's already there. You still want to focus on fixing the problem. You get what I'm saying? One thing when I look upon is like back in a track and field days. Like if I get a bad performance, I try analyze it and see where I went wrong, what I never did I do. You see me? Try think of a solution. Try think less about the problem and more of the solution.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because thinking just about just the problem alone, sometimes that won't fix it.
No.
There's some problems you can't do nothing about, but the way I see it, if it's something you can't do nothing about, try to think about something else that you can do something about.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So if it's something we need to move forward, but you can't fix it right away, you just low it and be like, all right, cool, focus on something else until you can find the solution to that problem.
What I said that if it's something you can't fix right away, think of ways where you can. For example, if you have a time frame where you can fix it, like the next year, such and such.
Yeah.
Think about things that you can do in the meantime, where make it better when that time they come.
Yeah, basically, you prepare yourself for
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Preparation. Prepare yourself, prepare your mind.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Just like what they had with my boy man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, prepare that.
Bro, hey, but now like brother, I'm telling you this now, you see me? You see, if we now going at the real estate game, I'm not renting no place to somebody, but man, make sure so do a leap of background check from people because some people will pause and have money and pause and talk to you like say, yo, yeah. But if you don't do the deep research, not just the background check and XYZ, but the proper, make sure that everything is down to the T, you might get screwed, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's a whole different story. A whole different story. Shawnee.
Yeah,
Back when I feel like that.
personally, all right. So first and foremost, that's why I've got in the midst.
True.
Because without the grace of God, you can't bounce back from anything. Because this life is very wicked.
Brutal, brother.
Brutal and it's very tough.
Brutal.
Sometimes wonder why we were born about man, isn't it?
True.
I want to drink aside that, but that's weird.
Yeah.
But the world nice, no?
It's nice, no, but it's also come with the challenges. You have to just realize, and not everyone out there think like me and you. If you are think, say, you find a wallet, this, move take it up and try to find the owner. You have to have it in your head, and everybody will think that way.
No.
You park your car up on the street to the door, them left open. Probably if you walk past, they will see the car, you just walk about your business. You have to remember not everyone think that way.
But hold on. Quick. Real quick.
Yeah.
Oneil, if you find a wallet on the ground, dog, and you're really in need in a bad man, but there's money in the wallet, you know, would you take the money and give out the wallet?
Depends.
Or just give out everything one time? Because certain situation, I see a case where man lose the wallet and the person return the wallet, you know, but the money gone completely, you know.
I mean, if that's okay, because sometimes what's in the wallet is more important than the money. That's why I'm trying not to walk around with too much cash. I normally try deposit it or something. Because if you lose a bank card, you can't get back your money. If you lose a cash, you can't get the back.
Finish
Yeah. But as well, you look at it as like track and field, right? I look at it as football, playing football. setting a formation. If something go wrong,
Yeah.
you have to get to the root of the problem.
And change formation.
Change formation. So
Different tactics.
yeah, you have to have different tactics because you cannot use the same strategy
You can't.
and expect a different result,
Mm.
right? So, and it's a part of a learning phase.
Mm.
What you don't know,
Yeah.
you learn through experience.
You have to adjust as you go along.
Yeah, you have to
Have to
adjust
adjust as
as
you
you
go
learning. Your opponent is life,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And life sets a formation and a strategy in how to beat you.
Mm.
So you have to come with your A game, the
Mm.
best team,
Mm.
because we don't make it on our own,
Mm.
right? If you go through failures, we need someone
Mm.
to help navigate because we cannot really do it on our own. No one makes it on our own.
Mm.
We need some connection, some support,
Yeah.
something
Mm.
in order to recalibrate and go forward.
So
true,
basically,
true.
you have to be dangerous, but
Yeah,
at the same time, you have to be like, you have to be smart with the danger.
smart to
Isn't
the
it?
danger.
You can't just be dangerous and be like a full blown idiot. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
in biblical terms, it said, "Be as wise as a serpent and what harmless as a dove."
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a balance with certain things. You cannot be too nice nor too bad.
Mm.
You have to have that middle ground because if you're too nice, you get run over.
Mm.
If you're too bad, you end up in fire. You go to jail or something.
Yeah.
So
So it's all about control, man.
control
You have to control certain
and
things.
yeah, have to have find control, balance within yourself. Of course, a lot of people have goals, but they don't know how to execute the goals,
Mm.
right? So your research or your duty is to find out how can I get to that destination. Everybody have a destiny. A destiny is what? A destination.
Know my destiny.
Yeah. And so there's ways to that destination. Some you need a certain connection, some you just need a partner, a relationship that gets you there. The next thing that women don't understand is that their power is to help build kingdoms. They can build kingdoms, destroy kingdoms.
Boy, brother, if only some of them know.
How powerful that
Yeah.
really is.
Brother, none of them know, you know. But them use it the wrong way.
Use it the wrong way.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
and enough of them don't even know. Cause I tell you, I was saying, they say you can't love me if you don't love yourself. Someone love themselves, brother.
No.
Yeah.
So,
they
it's
don't,
me.
they don't.
But
Sad.
them have them era where them don't love themselves, isn't me? And them just go wild. I mean, man do it too, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Isn't
then
it? Them go both parties go wild, and then after a while them come out them senses and be like, alright, cool. This might go after people, but them ready for cycle long and XYZ. I'm like, brother, jeez, yo. Yo, it's a different topic that but
Yeah, that's
you
what
get
I'm
me, I
trying to.
say?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain.
It's a different topic that but the
Yeah.
whole bounce back thing though that you see. You have to make sure say yo, you always, as we say, you have to always adjust, isn't it, as you go along that.
Yeah.
You can't keep on try the same thing and get the same result. Isn't it? It will never work. You see it?
Next thing I want to add though,
Mm.
where you come from has a lot to do with it as well, because some people have. The reality is, some people do have it easier.
Yeah, of course.
Some people they have to work twice, triple times as hard as a next person to even bounce back from something.
Yeah.
While the next person they find it easy, even if them get a little brush here, they get up like this, boom, and even launch even greater.
Yeah.
So it's not a level playing field. And as Bill Gates would say, even though he have a whole heap of money, him say life isn't fair. How a man with so much money, so life isn't fair?
Because it knows the game rigged.
Yeah, of course.
The game
Being
wasn't
true,
wasn't meant for we. The game was meant for people who are deep on top, isn't it?
Right.
As soon as how it sound, dog, the truth. And yeah, after this one say, alright, cool. This is the level we dip on. Where am I trying to go? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to be okay at this level? Or am I need to go higher? Because
Yeah.
if you don't realize what's going on right now in the world, dog, but man, you have to dip on a certain level for actually like survive in the dog, isn't it?
Have to.
Yeah, I think about no matter where you put it in the dog, you see it. Yes, someone love them look at 95 and them want to stay XYZ blah blah. But
Yeah.
not for them to know say yo there's actually a higher level them
True.
Them believe say, which part of them there right now is the only. Them feel comfortable and them want to stay this dog. You see, and be like, yeah man, I hate this for me, dog. You see me? Me? No, brother. No, I want my yacht. I want my private island.
All of them,
Brother, no for brag or boast or anything like that. You see me? Just want to say, yo, yeah, I have this and
that's gonna make me feel.
Three things. There's three things that were most important to me right now, dog. You see me? I'm gonna say it to already. Time sovereignty, location sovereignty, and financial sovereignty. Dog. You see me? Them three things that come hand in hand, dog. You see me? I always say it over and over, but man, if you have the finances sovereignty, dog, the time sovereignty come easy and the location come easy, dog. You see me? Because I can go anywhere I want go. I can buy whatever the hell I want buy, dog. You see me? Now I wake up, dog, and I rush go for your job, bad man, and I say, yo, yeah. Wait. But when I go after things, see it. Boom. Oneil. Where you want in it?
Well, that is the end of it now. It was a really good discussion. And guys, thanks for tuning in for this episode, and please join us with us on the next episode. And any topics that you'd like us to discuss, please leave it in the comments, and please like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.